back, beauties. Angela Denise here. Today it's all about foundation. And in front of me, I have the new Natasha Denona Hy-Glam Foundation. And I was super excited to see this foundation because I love complexion products. If you love complexion products, I would love to invite you, if you haven't already, to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. Now, a little bit about this foundation. It was recently released about a week or so ago now at both Sephora and Ulta. Ulta has a foundation in about 52 shades, and I noticed that Sephora only has 35 of those shades. Now, when I visited the store, Ulta specifically, last week, the display was very skimpy. They did not have very many of the shades in store, and I also noticed that quite a few of the shades, including the shade that I have on today, was an online only shade. So before you go out and shop this foundation, you're going to want to make sure that you look for what you think will be your shade online to see if your store will have it in stock. So on today, we're going to be doing, again, a full review and wear test. I'm going to give you some foundation swatches in studio lighting and natural lighting, and we're going to do some check-ins throughout the day. I am going to do my best to wear this foundation for at least 8 full hours so that we can determine how this foundation wears on combination skin. My skin is normal around the perimeter and it gets oily in my T-zone. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Okay, beauties, diving right in. I already have my skin prepped with my Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer all over the face. I love this because it gives you just a very lightweight moisturization to the skin. For someone with combination skin like myself, I don't want anything super heavy before applying foundation. Under the eyes, I have prepped with the Belief Aqua Bomb Eye Gel. I really love this eye gel because it's very lightweight under the eyes and it wears very well under concealer, and it also has caffeine in it, so it just wakes my under eyes up if I'm feeling super tired. I have the Maybelline Grippy Serum Primer in my T-zone. I really love this primer because it just really keeps that makeup in place, and it also adds a little bit of balance and moisture to the skin without feeling greasy. So with all of that being said, again, my skin type is combo, where I am normal around the perimeter of my face and I get a little bit oily in my T-zone. So this Natasha Denona Hy-Glam Hydrating and Blurring Longwear Radiant Serum Foundation, that was a mouthful, is what we are going to be testing today. I have 2 shades here that I purchased from Ulta.com. The foundation was formulated in Korea and manufactured in Italy. It is a radiant foundation for all skin types. It's formulated with bamboo powder and microalgae, which is supposed to balance excess oil and provide a radiant finish to oily and dry skin without looking greasy. A few other claims is this is a high-tech foundation where skincare and coverage meet. Over time, the jasmine mother in the foundation is supposed to brighten and fight hyperpigmentation. White tea is going to give you a blurred look to your imperfections, and the grape is going to give you long-lasting hydration, and it's going to smooth out the look of wrinkles on the skin, allegedly. So I'm very excited. It has some recommendations on how to apply the foundation. It says, for a naturally radiant finish, apply the foundation with a brush from the center of the face outward. And for a fuller coverage, use fingers or a damp sponge. The self-setting formula can be worn alone or paired with a powder for a natural matte finish. So we are going to be applying it with a powder. I'm going to set my foundation once I'm finished with my Givenchy, which, you know, that's holy grail at this point. All right, we have 2 shades. I have NY12 and NR13. I'm going to swatch them on my face and we'll figure out which shade is going to work the best, starting with NY12. Okay, she's a little light. So glad that I ordered more than one shade. All right, and that is NR13. We're gonna go ahead and go with the NR13. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give the foundation a nice little shake. I'm gonna apply 2 pumps on my mixing plate. And I'm gonna be applying the foundation today with the IT Cosmetics dual-ended brush, Heavenly Luxe number 7. This is the Holy Grail OG brush. She's been around for a while, and I feel like the size is just perfect. Although Natasha suggested for full coverage to apply it with a sponge, I am a brush girl. I'm gonna go ahead and apply with a brush, and we're still gonna get full coverage. All right, so I am working in small sections when applying the foundation. On my forehead, I'm just going to apply whatever I have left over on the makeup brush. I just don't understand why it is that as soon as I hit record, they want to mow. What time is it? At 11 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday. Anyway, this is the side with the foundation on. This is without. I did put a little bit on my forehead here, but this does not have any foundation on it. I do think the foundation is very pretty, and I also love the shade. NR13 is a good shade for me. So let's go ahead and finish up. See how it covered up that new blemish that I have? All right, so this is what the foundation looks. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. It looks healthy. It looks radiant. It feels lightweight on my skin, although I do feel a little bit of tap around the nose. That could be the primer and how much I applied. To be completely honest with you, we're going to go ahead and start the wear test at 11:24. Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and finish up my face, and then I'll come back and we'll have a chat. I went and I gave this foundation a look in different lighting and in a bigger mirror. And I can honestly say, you guys, this foundation shade looks perfection. This is probably one of my better foundation matches in my entire collection. And not only that, this looks like skin. This is giving very fresh, very natural skin. With nothing else on my face, I feel very confident, like I can just leave like this with no problem. Also, Charles and I were talking in the living room, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't even realize you had on any foundation." That's how natural this finish looks. Okay, here are the shades after they have set on the skin a while, and I've actually put the fan on them to make sure they dry down as much as possible over these last couple of minutes. Okay, I have re-swatched the shade that I will be keeping in my collection, NR13. And I'm going to swatch and compare that against the two shades in my collection that I have from Maybelline. All of the formulas that I'm going to be swatching these against are formulas that I have and love in my collection. The shade 340 from Maybelline. And the shade 350. You can see the shade 350 is about a half a shade lighter than NR13. And you can see that the shade 340 is considerably more warm. Next up are the shades that I love for myself in the Sephora Best Skin Ever Foundation. This first shade is going to be 35 Neutral in the old formula. And 30Y in the new formula. I did go ahead and swatch the shade in the Natasha Denona formula NY12 just for reference. So next up, I'm going to swatch the shade 385 in the HAUS Labs. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. My shade is 5N 1.5. Here are the shades after giving them a few minutes to dry down on the skin. Again, NY12 Natasha Denona, NR13 Natasha Denona, HAUS Labs 385, Estee Lauder 5N 1.5. Okay. These two remain constant. We're going to swatch out the NARS Caracas in the Natural Radiant Foundation. And this is my Fenty Beauty EAZE Drop Blurring Skin Tint in the shade number 17. I'm going to let these dry down on the skin for a couple of minutes. All right, after the dry down, this is NY12 and R13 from Natasha Denona, Caracas Natural Radiant Foundation from NARS, Fenty Beauty, the EAZE Drop Skin Tint, shade number 17. All right, on this round, I have a number of foundations that I'm going to be swatching. First is going to be the DIOR Backstage Foundation. I have two shades. I have the shade 4.5W and 5 Neutral that I'm going to swatch. And 5 Neutral. This is the Givenchy Prism Libre Glow Serum. Shade is 5.5W. You also have to remind yourself that these need to dry down because this is a self-setting formula and they have dried down, so they did deepen just a tiny bit. This is my Chanel Ultra Le Tint. It's very gross, but this is the shade that I wear. It's BD 101. The last foundation that we're going to swatch here today is going to be the DANESSA MYRICKS Yummy Skin Serum Foundation. And this is the shade 16 Neutral. All right. So here are the shades. We have a nice wide variety. I'm going to go ahead and let these bad boys dry down, and I'll be back. All right. Dry down complete. These are the two Natasha Denona shades. This is DIOR 4.5W 5 Neutral. This is the shade Givenchy. This is the shade 5.5W in the Givenchy foundation. This is the Chanel Ultra Le Tint in the shade BD 101. And lastly, this is the DANESSA MYRICKS Yummy Skin Serum in the shade 16 Neutral. That is going to wrap up the swatches. I hope that you all enjoy and found this to be useful. If you have any questions about any of the foundations, any formula type of questions in regards to Natasha or any of the foundations here, please leave me a comment and I will be more than happy to help. Okay, beauties, back for a quick check-in on this foundation. It is 418. And I have been wearing this foundation for about 5 hours, and I feel I can see a little bit of shine here and a little bit of shine here, which is typical. I have not touched up my face at all. The foundation is very comfortable, very long wearing on my skin. My pore area, it does look very nice, very perfected. I have some natural wear here along my smile lines. I did eat lunch wearing this makeup. Again, the only amount of shine that I can see is like right here on the tip of my nose. And that is it. Everything is looking absolutely beautiful. Do I anticipate a major breakdown on this foundation in 3 more hours? I don't think so, but we are going to definitely put it to the test because I have to go to the grocery store. I have to get the kids bathed and get dinner cooked. So we're going to do all of that, and then I'll be back at about 7:30, 8 o'clock for my final check-in on this foundation. I'll see you soon. Okay, beauties, I am back. It is almost 7:45 p.m. I have had the foundation on for a full 8 hours, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing. And to be honest, this wear is looking better than my Givenchy that I absolutely love. The Givenchy just gives you that beautiful, flawless, healthy, youthful skin, as well does this. But there is something a lot bit more oil controlling and blurring for my pores. Now, I did not touch up whatsoever on today at all. I've got my magnifying mirror here. Let's take a look. So, as I noticed earlier, I had a little bit of oiliness on the tip of my nose. I'm starting to see oiliness in the crevices of my nose, which is completely normal. I ran errands. I went to Ulta. I went to Sephora. I cooked dinner. I gave my toddler a bath. I did all of that. And this is what we're working with. This is an absolutely stunning foundation. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. This is up there with Maybelline. That's how good this is. And I found a fantastic color. So what more can you ask for? The shade NR13, if you are my shade twin, is a beautiful foundation match. That is going to wrap it up on this evening. If you like foundation reviews and wear tests and you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you. If you just like these types of videos in general, I'm going to have a playlist linked above where you can see a lot of my previous reviews and wear tests that I have here on the channel. I will see you all on the next one. Bye.